Happy last minute gift purchasing days. Everyone knows that buying gifts for gamers is very difficult. Now, there's the tried and true gift card, hopefully to your local game store. And if you're buying a gift for a fellow gamer and you have some knowledge of this, or if you have really no knowledge at all and you're desperate to find a good gift for somebody that you know is into games, a gift card to your local game store is by far the most versatile and supportive gift that you can get, because most of us, we like to play games in the store, or at minimum we need a place to buy the games that we need. And if you need to buy a gift and you don't know exactly what to get them, I think this is the safest way. But I do have some suggestions that I mined from the comment section, as well as, well, from doing this for 5 or 6 years now. I don't have any particular order in these, but I think many of these are pretty good ideas. So I want to start with a lot of these deck building games. They're self-contained, and if this person perhaps is taking a break from Magic the Gathering or is getting burnt out, they offer a absolutely great, affordable option in like a self-contained box. And when I went to Gen Con this year, I really fell in love with these things. If I go to the overhead here, the first game I want to talk about is Star Realms. This is a White Wizard game. It's been out since 2013. It's extraordinarily affordable. It also has, what a lot of people don't know, is an online version. So you can play with the actual cards, and you can then go online and play. I absolutely love the quick gameplay of this game. About 15 to 20 minutes to get a game. It's kind of like a draft style or like a cube style. You can start with something as simple as this, and then, or you could build up. I actually bought several sets of these to have a larger selection of cards. But let's say you're trying to go under 50 bucks. You could get something like the base set of Star Realms, but then they actually have boosters. Now, don't go buying a bunch of these because they're all the same on the inside, but they have expansions. So here we have Crisis. Maybe you want two versions of it. Oh, we have bases and battleships. I'm sorry, fleets and fortresses. Then we have United Assault, and you just need the base set. You don't need all these expansions. It depends on how much you want to spend. United Heroes, and then we have Scenarios. This is another expansion. We have United Missions, United Command. Here's a promo pack that I got at Gen Con. Crisis Events, Crisis Heroes. So all these are just a couple bucks each, and the person that you give this to can expand their game as much as they want. You can kind of build your cube, so to speak, with multiple versions of this, but everything you need to play is right here in this box, and it's available at most local game stores. If you don't have a local game store, I'll leave some links in the description where you can pick this stuff up, but please consider your local game store first and foremost. The same company also, and I haven't even opened this one yet, they also make a game called Hero Realms. If you like a little different, maybe they already have this. This is 2 to 4 players. Inside this one box, you get the rules card, 144 cards. This came out in 2016 and has a similar sort of thing. It's a deck building game with the interactivity of like a TCG or a CCG in a self-contained box. I really think these sorts of games are kind of the future of card players, because you don't get on the same treadmill where, let's say you're playing something like, I don't know, Magic the Gathering, and you have to buy a new standard deck every few months. You're throwing hundreds of dollars out the window. Here you buy something like this for a few bucks, 20, 30 bucks. And then they have all sorts of expansions that come out. Here we have a Thief character pack, a Fighter character pack, and these are cheap, very cheap. Ranger, Cleric, Wizard. Oh. So you can expand it. You can get something like this for 20 bucks. $20. Shouldn't have started with the absolute best, but this whole genre, I think, is really powerful as a gift-giving item. Another one that's out there is actually Epic. Epic card game. This is another one that's very affordable and has online stuff. This is another White Wizard game. And I've actually put everything together. This one I've played a few times. And again, this is very affordable, and it's a deck building game. And you don't have a lot of the same troubles. It's a lot quicker to play than maybe, say, Magic. I guess if you're playing a modern format, or Legacy, I suppose that can be very quick. But Epic card game is also something to consider. And again, anybody, like, the litmus test I'm using is, if they play Magic, then they will easily understand this. I picked it up in about 5 minutes at Gen Con, and it's incredibly easy. So Epic card game is, you can buy it for $12 if you get a couple of the boxes. You can get all these things, the expansions. You get all 4 of the Tyrant expansions for 15 bucks. So you could get people 2 core sets. That's 12 bucks each, and then all the expansions. So again, under 50 bucks, another really great gift that I would highly recommend. These are just options. Again, this is for somebody. I think the deck building games like DC Deck Builder that's back there, stuff like that, are great options for people that play games like Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Force of Will, or any other trading card game, because it's a great way to cool off. It's not expensive, and it's a type of just relaxation. Some other games that were mentioned are, and I think this is a really good idea too, are these self-contained, kind of, as somebody put it in the comments, kind of throw it in your bag and go. Stuff like Flux, which has a million variants. Gamelin, Tiny Epic, Epic Western, Coup. Things like this are like under 20 bucks. They have a small footprint in your backpack, and it's easy to play with friends or family. And I've personally played Coup. It took me like 2 minutes to learn, and it's a ton of fun. Flux, another same thing. Very easy to learn, very quick, and it still has an element of strategicness to it that, for example, a Magic player or a TCG or a CCG player or a Warhammer player might like. And it's cheap, and not a lot of people have it. For example, I'm a Magic player, and I have Hero Realms, and I have Star Realms, and I have Epic. And so when somebody comes over, I can just grab it, bam, we can play. If, let's say, I was taking a break from Magic the Gathering, and I didn't want to play any Hasbro games for some reason. Another idea, this is actually something I recommended in the last year's gift guide, was the Chessex pound of dice bag. So it's about, at least on Amazon, it's like 25 bucks. Hopefully your local game store has a competitive price, as I would certainly love to see you shop there. It's a huge assortment of dice, which any gamer always knows, gotta have dice. And some of us are more function over form. You know, the Chessex brand makes some really good dice. They make really beautiful dice sets, things like that. But the pound of dice gets you a huge selection of, 3-sided, 5-sided, 20-sided, 100-sided, 6-sided. Any kind of die that you might think of is generally in this sort of thing, and it's 25 bucks. So the Chessex pound of dice is something that I might suggest. There are many other, it doesn't have to be the quote pound of dice. There are many, like Wiz Dice has one, Skull Splitter Dice has one. There are many things like this. So the pound of dice is really, I have bought it. I have it sitting on my shelf over there. I bought it. It was one of the first things I bought when I got back into Magic the Gathering. And it's not uncommon for me to go, oh crap, I need like a 3-sided die. Oh, there one is. Find something like that. In terms of tabletop games, the number one suggested that I saw was Legends of the Five Rings. This is a game that is very affordable as well. I think it's around $30 to $40, depending on whatever your local game store might charge for it, and they have different expansions that are also expensive. Now, L5R, you know, $32 on Amazon, so hopefully your local game store is competitive. But you can also find expansion sets for $15 to $20 for it to help add, or you can buy fate tokens, honor tokens, things like that. So you get somebody the game and an expansion that's under $50. It's something that, you know, on Christmas Day, this is something that somebody can open up. This is like one of the best gifts, right? You're with friends. Like a lot of us, you know, for example, I'm not that close with my family. I've got love for them. I would do whatever I could for them, but I'm just not one of those people that like hangs out with my family. And as a result, I hang out with my friends. So I have, you know, every year I have a Friendsgiving at my house. I don't go to traditional Thanksgiving. I have friends over. So for Christmas, I'll also have friends over. When I was young, I used to hang out with my friends on Christmas. And this is something you can wrap up, assuming they don't have it already. Hand it to your friend. Maybe you're hanging out with 3, 4, 5 buddies. Bam, you can sit down. Your friend can open it and say, "Oh, I've been wanting this," and then boom, you play it. I mean, that's really one of the best function, or one of the best. You know, I think gifts are great to give somebody something they need, but maybe don't necessarily that they want, but they don't want to spend the money on. That's a great gift. Giving something that somebody needs is also a great gift. So, you know, gift cards, Fantasy Flight games. A lot of people suggested the Star Wars tabletop game from Fantasy Flight, but when I looked at that, I thought it was a little overwhelming. It would have to be something. I'm trying to think of really broad gift ideas, things that, you know, people, almost anybody could play and get some use out of. You know, Munchkin, for example, would be one of those games that, or Boss Monster, for example. These are self-contained games that anybody that plays any form of tabletop game or plays Magic the Gathering or something like that, a trading card game, are things that they would love. You know, Boss Monster, Munchkin, Flux, anything by Gamelin, really, prefixed with like Tiny Epic, so as Tiny Epic Western, or a game like Coup. All these are way under $50. Wild West Exodus, or a gift card to a local card shop, because local card shops are important. Local game stores are important. You know, if somebody likes comics, giving them a $50 gift card or a $25 gift card to a comic book shop means that they can go get 10 or 15 comics that they've always wanted. Or, you know, giving somebody a $50 gift card to the local game store means they can walk in and pick out any game that they might want. Now, I had hoped to have some more specific examples, but I hope that the comment section of this video will serve as a more useful tool. Most of these items are things I've bought for people in the past, or things that I like. Now, if somebody likes a specific game, sure, getting them a couple booster packs or you know, some sort of thing like that is great. But ultimately, Christmas is about being together, and I don't think there's a much better way to spend time together outside of playing games. And so if there's somebody that you even moderately like this Christmas season and you're looking for a gift idea, hopefully these ideas will help give you something to work with, or the comment section down below will give you even more ideas. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll talk to you again real soon.